Hello everyone and welcome back to my journey. Today I'm here to talk about myself and my background and kind of use that to make my Fursona. My name is the Unknown Furry. I joined the furry fandom in my last video. I am a big part of the gaming community, so I'm not totally unfamiliar with furries, at least from the gamer's lens. I started playing games a long time ago. My family was always really big into playing board games and card games with each other, and I grew up doing that. This led me to video games many years ago. I've played almost every game genre under the sun, and I like most of them. I go through different moods when I'm picking genres, like right now, I'm playing a lot of Slay the Spire 2 with some non-furry friends who currently have no idea I'm working on this video literally while I'm waiting for them to take their turns. Final Fantasy XIV is my main MMO, but I haven't picked it back up again in quite a while. Aside from gaming, I'm kind of part of the aviation community as like a part-time enthusiast. I like the logistics of the network more than the planes themselves. I also like the physics of flight. I find it neat. I know. Shocker, the new furry is a turbo nerd. Yeah, I'm not breaking stereotypes. Sorry guys. Another interesting thing about me is I studied astrophysics in college. I'm not really that smart though, so don't ask me any questions about that nonsense anymore. I studied it a long time ago. I'll just say, "Ow!" Get it? Because of the moon and its part. Never mind. I like writing short stories also, but I'm far too scared to share them. Plus, I never finish them. I like to write on the r/HFY subreddit. I also have written up an SCP, but I never shared it with anyone. I don't think I actually finished it. Now that I think about it, a bunch of my stories are pretty furry. I have a time-traveling chimp given power from a lab accident where she was a test subject, a dragon stuck in the internet after learning he was a work of fiction, but suddenly became aware, and I have a wolf who is crazy smart and is basically like Iron Man, but a wolf. Yeah, cringe to a completely different level, and never will anyone hear more about those stories again. Remember, the ones I shared were my least cringy stories. It's really not that good. If I'm willing to upload these videos, which are pretty scary for me and pretty cringeworthy as well, that should show you how cringy my writing actually is. Writing is the only art I've ever really enjoyed, but getting into the video making space is kind of an art, and I'm trying that now. I'm also trying to draw my Fursona right now on screen in front of you. Honestly, I'm desperately trying to draw literally anything more interesting than a line. I'm currently attempting to draw the new Fursona for this channel, my Fursona. I've thought about it, and yeah, guys, I'm pretty pumpkin spice latte white girl basic. I like wolves, and so I'm trying to draw a wolf. But hey, basic is basic for a reason. Don't worry, I want to add a little color still, so I'll be picking one of my favorite colors to add as highlights around the body. My favorite colors are green, red, and purple. I like all three, but green is pretty hit or miss color and can turn out really bad in the wrong light or wrong shades. Red is nice, but aggressive, and I'm not actually a very aggressive person and would like my Fursona to reflect that. Green and red also have the unfortunate habit of suddenly randomly looking like Christmas, which would be fun for like a month, but I'm not trying to be a walking Christmas wolf year-round. So I decided on purple. I'm almost always a mage in every game I play, and purple is a very ideal arcanic color. Remember guys, I'm still basic. So silver and purple and white seem to be my colors, but I'm not sure about the solid color purple. I want to add one more, but I really want purple to stay the main color. That way I can wear more colors as clothes and change up how I look. But a fourth color for dimension or filling seems like a good idea, so I'm going to just use black. This isn't necessarily the plan, but those four colors are also the ace flag and help further represent me in my Fursona. I wasn't sure if I was going to make my Fursona ace also, but it's probably a good idea to keep my preferences and personalities close together. It's a very defining part of me, and trying to act differently as the Fursona would ruin the run. Gamer shit. It's a very defining part of me, and trying to act differently as the Fursona would ruin the fun for me and possibly others too. While I continue to struggle with my art, let's talk about what I already know of the furry fandom. I have friends in the community who talk positively about their experiences, and I definitely know it's not about kink things or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, I'm aware it still exists, but I'm already pretty deep in the gaming community, so trust me when I say this aspect is the same there. Humans are humans, and even when they're big fluffy wolf, it's just a part of nature. I get it. I am also aware that the furry fandom actively condemns negative behavior such as predatory activity towards children and actual animals. In my research before starting this adventure, I also learned that the furry community is extremely philanthropic, which is super cool and makes me want to be a part of the community and finish my Fursona even faster. I've never been to a furry convention, but I helped a friend vending at Comic-Con, and I've been to an anime con, which wasn't really my thing. Comic-Con was a little more interesting, but both were so full of crowds and people that it was very overwhelming for me. I'm really not a huge fan of crowds, or more so the hustle and bustle and the noise. My hearing is actually very good, and the loud venues can easily give me a headache very quickly. It's nothing Tylenol can't fix, of course. Actually, my first video was super quiet when I posted it on YouTube because of my hearing. All of my volume bars on my PC mixer are set to be very low. Like, League of Legends is literally set to 1 right now. The problem is, I forgot to set my editing software to be very low and instead just adjusted the video itself to be pleasant to my ears. This was a mistake, because those settings got amplified again when I watched it back on YouTube, making the video even more quiet. Now the video is ultra quiet for most people, and they will need to turn up the volume to hear me comfortably. I was going to change it, but actually I like it as a learning experience for me, and anyone else thinking about making videos after watching my content can learn from my mistakes. This channel is supposed to show me learning and growing over time, and if I do that off screen, that wouldn't be very fair to other content creators learning from me in the future. So instead, I'll apologize about the difficult to hear video and hope the nearly silent video doesn't bother too many people. The video editing lesson here is to make sure your video editing software is set in your PC volume mixer to your average listening preference while editing. Tangent aside, FurryCon still look interesting, and being in the Bay Area, I'll likely end up attending some in the future. Nobody in my life knows I'm going through the journey right now. I'm not hiding it from them out of shame or nervousness though. I'm super lucky to have strong bonds with friends and family. I have no doubt my friends and family will not think any less of me as a furry. In fact, I might even strengthen some of those bonds when they find out. The reason I'm keeping myself hidden from them for now is more to reveal this channel to them later when it's had some time to better chronicle my experiences in the fandom. My job, however, is a different story. It doesn't necessarily care about the furry fandom itself, but it does care about public presence. To be super vague, I'm a civilian worker for the federal government, and if I told you exactly what I do at the government, you could think I'm a source of authority on the subject when I'm not actually an official source. Because of this, the government typically doesn't like employees actively chatting about their job online in any setting, so aside from right now, I'll probably not talk about my job again. Since my real face can be identified and the government feels the way it does, I'll probably continue to hide my face in videos forever. I'm not a politician or an appointee, so I'm not politically motivated in that regard, but I still work for them. I'm just a regular guy who gets paid to do things for the general public. With all that out of the way, how do I look? Next time, I should probably just ask an artist for help. We still need a name though, and I think I already have one. Leave a comment below if you have any questions about me that I might have left out of this video. I might answer them directly or in a new video. Like and subscribe to follow me in my journey through the furry fandom. Until next time, I am the Unknown Furry, and this is